Archette Digital presents Julia's Burning, written by Swann and read by Priscilla Carson. Julia's Burning is just a taster of the steamy tales you can find in Susan Swann's short story collections. All of these stories are X-rated, so whether you listen alone or with a friend, they're guaranteed to thrill. We hope you enjoy them all.
This way! The fire's through here! Oh, do hurry!
Julia clutched her long satin robe close, conscious that she wore only a few scraps of silk and lace beneath it. "Stand back, madam," the burly fireman said, putting out his arm to prevent her going back into the bedroom. "I'll soon deal with this." She stood on the threshold, watching him as he crossed the room. In an instant he had quenched the fire. He turned and looked at her, a grin creasing his boyish face. Julia's pulses quickened. What a combination! That clean-cut face coupled with a big, obviously well-toned body was devastating. "All done. Not much damage at all. Good thing you contacted us so quickly. Looks like an electrical fault. I'd advise you to have all the wiring checked."
"Yes, thanks, I will," Julia said. "I'm so grateful that you arrived promptly."
"We were on our way back to the station. It's the end of my night shift." He glanced at his wristwatch. "Actually, I'm into free time now. My shift ended 10 minutes ago."
"Oh, I see," Julia said, feeling guilty. "Sorry for holding you up. I just panicked when that old electric heater started spurting flames. I suppose I could have tackled it myself."
"No, you did right, madam. Best leave it to the experts." He smiled again, and she felt a stab of heat in her belly. God, he was gorgeous. Those blue eyes and that firm, strong-looking mouth. The jacket of his uniform was open at the neck, showing an area of damp, honey-coloured skin. He seemed in no hurry to leave, despite being late already. In fact, the look in his eyes made her catch her breath. Would you like a drink?" she said. "It's the least I can do to thank you for putting in overtime on my behalf." "Thought you'd never ask. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll just go down to the lads and tell them to go back to the station without me." When he left the room, Julia hurried over to a pine dresser and looked in the mirror. She used her fingers to muss her hair and sprayed herself with perfume. Her eyes and cheeks glowed. She knew that she looked good. She wasn't pretty exactly, but the combination of her red-brown hair and pale skin gave her a definite allure. Besides, what she lost in fashionable features, she made up for in lush curves. She was quite proud of her unfashionable hourglass figure. She might not be model girl material, but men found her a big turn-on. Before she left the bedroom, she adjusted the neck of the satin robe so that it showed off her creamy chest and the deep valley of her breasts. As she descended the stairs, the fireman was closing the front door. There was another man with him. He turned and gave Julia a frankly appraising look. Her heart almost skipped a beat. 2 of them, identical twins. "Hope you don't mind if my brother joins us," the first fireman grinned. "We do everything together. By the way, I'm Tony and this is Max. If you object, we'll leave, no problem." They seemed to fill the hall with their presence. The big, uniformed bodies ought to have been intimidating, but Julia felt wildly aroused. She sensed no menace from them, only a sort of contained tension. "Double trouble, eh?" she said. "I think I can handle that." This couldn't be happening. It was like a scene from a film. "Come into the kitchen. I'll make tea." She almost laughed at herself. How English to offer tea.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?